Welcome to this evening's quick hit show on Aew Dynamite. The Young Bucks footage revealed about the CM Punk incident, quote unquote, at Wembley Stadium at All In 2023. We get the first time footage here tonight. And on Tap Out Talk, I'm going to give you the results, thoughts, and where this possibly is going to lead for the future of AEW. So, go with me on this little quick ride and we're going to get right in. Let's get in. So first we open up with a segment with the Young Bucks talking about FTR. And immediately you can tell this is going to be a very serious segment. As you can see here, sitting down backstage, having a casual conversation in the VP role. We get the Bucks talking about, quote unquote, the incident. Very, very careful not to call it anything other than the incident at 2023 All In. Then they mentioned about their match with FTR and how, even though they lost, they mentioned that their minds possibly were on other things, and they don't believe that was a loss because they were trying to help the locker room be saved from a quote-unquote person, a person making the event all about themselves that evening when it was supposed to be a win for the locker room. We get the promised footage immediately right after. So I thought, it was very clever of the Bucks to be very, very careful with their legal woes. At this point, we do get the footage as you see here, and we get CM Punk with this in the Triple X sweatshirt right there, going and approaching backstage in a mounted camera up above after Jack Perry. At that point, the brawl ensues very, very quickly as Punk is the aggressor in this, and he's the one that actually starts this out. This is the real glass incident that we talked about. We do get Samoa Joe, as you can see here, pointed out, that actually, is immediately in there helping break up, the brawl between these two. At that point, others ensue, and then we get a really quick disbandment footage of them just breaking apart, and it really did just look like a schoolyard playground fight, so it wasn't really anything that we hear in the legend of what happened. But AEW did deliver as promised on their footage. I want to get into my final thoughts and where this is going to go right now. But first, I just want to say, hey, if you like wrestling, hit that like button. It helps your algorithm see more wrestling, and it actually helps my channel out too. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys that, are part of me on this journey. So let's get into our final thoughts. I believe that AEW did a very smart move with blurring the lines a little bit. And it did get everybody to talk about Dynamite tonight coming out of a hot WrestleMania weekend. So very, very strategic. So ultimately, I do believe that this was done by design, and I do believe that it was a very strategic move to get us talking about the product. They were very careful. You can tell they consulted a legal team about the incident and the person, not to name Punk in any manner. They did talk a lot about building it into the FTR feud, though, and I thought that was very clever, and I like that the segment was also not very goofy. I like that it was very serious, and they just utilized the footage minimally to their advantage, gave us a little bit as promised, and that is my other thought. I do like that it is as promised, and they didn't do a bait and switch on us, so shout out to AEW for getting that right. Also, I will say, even though the segment was quick, this could lead to a little bit more than we realize. We got AEW Dynasty, the match between FTR and the Young Bucks, and this could lead to possibly FTR winning those tag titles, which would be kind of a different swerve from what we kind of thought everything was going to be with the Young Bucks, the title in the tournament being built right around them. So ultimately, this could lead to Jack Perry making his return from Japan as the scapegoat in this situation and sidelining with FTR to help them win the tag titles at Dynasty. And at that point, we would get what would be CM Punk and FTR, take out CM Punk, and we add in Jack Perry in that exact same role. And that's what we could be seeing at AEW Dynasty, and that's what we got in this footage, in this build tonight on Dynamite. Those are my final thoughts and results. Let me know your comments down below. Did AEW get it right or wrong with the blur in the lines? I'm gonna head out. And again, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. It's not goodbye. It's game over.